Hi, everyone. My name is David Landoy-Fitch. I'm your session moderator today from WayUp and Yellow. I'm also your host for today's program. Today, we have Ruth McNeil, an early talent partner from BD, Madeline Soyuzi, a recruiter from Aetna and CVS Health, Stella Yuen, our university programs lead from Clorox, and Zainab Zia, our university relations from Boeing. Thank you all for joining us today, and thank you to our attendees as well. We're really excited to be a part of this journey with you. So let's get started with some overviews of some of these incredible engineering programs. First, we'll go to Clorox and Stella.
Sure. Thanks, David. Hi, everyone. My name's Stella, and I am the University Programs Lead with the Clorox Company. We are a consumer goods company. So what that means is that we make products, and we're out of 9 out of 10 households. And what we do is we create and sell products. So a lot of what you're going to be doing in your internships is going to be working with some of our brands. So some of the notable ones that you might recognize, of course, Clorox Bleach and Wipes, but also Hidden Valley Ranch, Brita, Burt's Bees, just to name a few. We have a few opportunities for engineering students. One specifically is our R&D, which is a research and development internship for chemical engineers and mechanical engineers. There's 2 tracks with this program. One is going to be for product and process, where you're going to be either creating or improving a product. And the other one is packaging, where you're going to be designing the packaging for the product. Another co-op or internship that we have is through our supply chain organization. This is going to be for all of the other engineers. So chemical, mechanical, industrial, electrical, we want you. So we have 3 tracks for this program. One is going to be technical, the other is business, and the other one is manufacturing. So this is really working with our supply chain businesses and plants to ensure that you're really going into the business and creating and improving products. The internships is very hands-on. Some of our intern programs even get picked up after the intern leaves. And our internships do pipeline into full-time roles where we have rotational program for our new hires.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Stella. Let's go ahead and jump to Madeline with CVS.
Hello, everyone. Yes, you may see a CVS in almost every corner where you turn sometimes, especially in cities. But for CVS Health, to walk you through our digital leadership program overview and the elements that it entails, there is going to be an onboarding experience for you guys, CVS 101, digital strategy, leadership intros, corporate university relation events that you will be involved in as well. We do pair you up with mentors for that program in specific. So you will have that one-on-one mentorship. There is networking opportunities for digital and enterprise exposure. In terms of ongoing training, there will be business training in terms of knowledge, technology skills, and leadership capabilities. The program also offers exposure to leadership through presentations and networking events. And you will have the opportunity to do case studies with real-world problem solving, teamwork, collaboration, and application of digital strategy. Now, the program itself, there's, for the full-time, there is performance management, there's a mid-year check-in and an end-year review, performance review, and then ongoing activities for the program itself. It is for the DLP check-ins, program manager chats. So not only do you have that exposure to your own manager that you are reporting into, but the program has a manager that oversees the program and can connect you and pair you up with networking opportunities as well. You will have the opportunity to do lunch and learns and social events. Now, to walk you through our tracks within the digital leadership program, there are two tracks. We call the first one our Digital Academy program. And for the Digital Academy program for full-time, it is a 2-year non-rotational program where you have the experience to do and participate in different functional areas such as product design, customer success, and operations, as well as agile transformation office. Now, for this program, there is opportunity for growth and stretch assignments in addition to the day-to-day roles that you will be doing throughout those 2 years. In terms of the second track, that would be considered our Digital Engineering Accelerator program, and that is more engineering only focus. That is a 1-year rotational program, which is a 2 6-month rotations. Rotations begin June through December for your first rotation, and then January to June for your second rotation. Some functional areas that you can participate in there are Aetna Engineering, Digital Platform, Health Engineering, Pharmacy Engineering, Retail, and Shared Services as well. So that's a quick sum up in terms of full-time. For our internship, you will have the exposure and experience is similar to the full-time, but just a little bit more crammed in those 10 weeks that you're with us. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Madeline. Now we'll go over to Zainab with Boeing.
Thank you. So Boeing is a world leader in aerospace, and our products touch everyone and everything and can be found deep underwater, on land, in the sky, and through outer space. Boeing offers an exciting early career rotation program for engineers in this program, known as the Engineering Career Foundation Program, or ECFP for short. Program participants have the opportunity to rotate through various engineering roles and functions to learn more about Boeing's many cool products and businesses. Through a diverse range of rotations focusing on the 4 product life cycle stages, which are model, design, physical, and virtual, participants build strong corporate citizenship and a specialized technical skill set that go beyond that of a typical early career engineer. These rotation experiences will help program participants have a better understanding of their interests, and the knowledge they gain will then be translated to their full-time placement after completing the program in about 2 years. In addition to rotation opportunities, program participants have opportunities for mentorship, site tours, executive exposure, and special skill development. Our program is enterprise-wide, and we have participants all over the U.S., mostly based at our 4 U.S. base sites, which are Puget Sound, SoCal, St. Louis, and Charleston. The ECFP does have a global presence as well, with sites in the UK, Australia, and India. Currently, rotations are allowed only within a participant's home country, but we do host a week-long development event every year where we bring all of our US and global participants together. This event serves as a great way to network and learn all about the different places and countries where Boeing does some amazing work. Some examples of areas that ECFPs are able to rotate through include mission systems, customer support, additive manufacturing, airplane safety, production development, and much more. Roles through our rotation program and other early career engineering roles at Boeing offer employees great professional growth opportunities. With so many different disciplines within one company, employees are constantly learning and developing. From global experiences to tuition assistance programs, our engineers can build the career they want to build with support from a vast network, all while being a part of a company that is at the forefront of innovation. So to learn more about our company and program and available opportunities, you can definitely visit our Careers at Boeing website. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Zainab. And now we'll go over to Ruth with BD.
Hi, thank you everyone for your time and attention today, and your attendance to this session just speaks volumes to your drive to landing a meaningful role. And I think it's safe to say that the other companies on this panel also provide impactful experiences, and I'm super excited for you to be in this exploratory stage in your life. So to give you a quick introduction and overview of BD, I'm Ruth McNeil. I'm an early talent partner. So I work closely with our teams and recruiters and coordinators to develop talent and identify talent that aligns with our business needs. I also support specific programs in developing strategies around recruitment. I partner specifically with our R&D internship program and our 5 engineering development and rotational programs. So if this is your first time hearing about BD, we are a global medical technology company that's focused on advancing the world of health, whether that's through medical discovery, diagnostics, or providing care. As an organization, we have over 75,000 employees across 92 locations and with over 17 billion in revenue yearly. If you're joining us in the United States, our global headquarters is in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, which is just outside of New York City. But we have several offices across the states in manufacturing sites as well. We're proud that all of our interns and our rotational associates have the opportunity to engage in hands-on projects, whether that's developing a syringe, an IV, or a catheter. All of our projects, you can actually see the work that you're implementing it back into the business. Our rotational programs specifically vary greatly. They span over 2.5 to 3 years, and the associates touch various business functions. I would encourage you that the next time you visit a doctor's office, a clinic, or a hospital, to look around the room, and I'm certain you'll see BD's name somewhere. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ruth. And thank you all 4 of you for telling us about your product, about your company, about your program. We're very grateful you're here and grateful for your input. On that note, we'd like to jump into our first question. Our first question today is, how do you make your resume strong and stand out? We'd love to hear a little bit from each of you, but let's go ahead and start with Zainab and get your input first.
Sure thing. So one of the first opportunities anyone has to stand out to a recruiter or a hiring manager is really through the resume. So I would say to ensure to make like a really good first impression, it's vital that your resume includes accurate information. Always check your contact info and include an email address that you regularly check. Don't forget to include other important pieces of information like your graduation date, your GPA, and I highly recommend giving your resume to peers and mentors so they can check for typos and errors and also provide feedback on the overall look and style. It's super important to have a clean and organized resume.
Wonderful. Perfect. Ruth, to you.
Yeah, I'd like to absolutely add to that it is important for you to do your research on your company. I know for years, individuals have been advising to tailor your resume to the company. Be intentional about what you're looking for, the industry, and the role. Ensure that you read the full job description so that your skill set aligns with the description so that you can stand out and showcase what you have to offer. In addition to organizing and tailoring your resume, it's also important to call out those leadership skills and the team engagements that you've had over the course of your collegiate career.
Perfect. Thank you. Stella, do you have anything you'd like to add here?
Yeah, to add to what Ruth was saying, definitely take a look at the company profile and the job description just to make sure you're catering your resume. I know a lot of us may not have the exact experience that the position is looking for, so make sure to really tap into your transferable skills. So what that looks like is those skills that you learned in school, such as communication, problem solving, etc. Make sure that that's relayed onto your resume. And this could be through your student organizations, class projects, volunteering, shadowing, etc. So you have a lot of experiences, but just try to think of those that are most relatable to the position so you can relay that onto your resume.
Perfect. Thank you. And then Madeline, to close us out.
Yes, I would echo everyone in terms of what they've expressed. I've also would call out in relation to submitting a clean resume, making sure that no corrections or errors are on that resume. So make sure to submit that finalized resume. In terms of cover letters, if you are creating a cover letter and making sure that you tailor that as well, and that you if you put the company's name on there, make sure you update it for every job that you are applying for as well. Just a quick call out on that.
Our next question today is, how do you understand the recruiting process? And we'll go ahead and start with Stella for this one.
Sure. So the recruiting process, a little bit complicated, a little bit lengthy, but we'll definitely walk you through it. I would say the biggest thing for most of us as recruiters is we are everywhere. So we're either on your campus or we're online. So if you're interested in a position, definitely find some type of event that you can attend that can get you in front of not only the recruiter, but also the professionals within the team as well. That's going to really set you up for success to really understand what you'll be doing within the organization, meeting some people, understanding the culture, and then really understanding if this is a good fit for you or not. But I'll let the other recruiters share more other details about recruiting.
Sure. Speaking of, Madeline, would you like to take a turn at this?
Yes, I know for CVS Health, we do different things in terms of events, not just attending on-campus events and career fairs virtually. We also do coffee chats. I know that's a new thing that students can engage in, and you can not only connect with recruiters, but also participants that are either in programs or employees that are in the specific business areas for that program. In addition to that, I would say understanding if you have an interview, sometimes reaching out to the recruiter and asking if it's a technical interview, is it behavioral, is it a case study? Sometimes recruiters can provide some insight on that, and so that can help you better prepare for your interview as well.
Wonderful. Thank you. And then Zainab, if you could add about understanding the recruitment process from your end.
Yeah, so definitely want to echo what the other panelists just mentioned. Doing your research on the company and the opportunities available will help you stand out for sure. Know what kinds of interviews are required for the role you're applying for. For example, if you can probably assume that you may have a technical interview for many engineering roles. So through your interviews, really focus on telling your story and highlighting projects that you worked on that develop your skill set, or focus on extracurricular activities that help develop your leadership skills. Before any interview, really think about what examples you can provide that highlight your best work. On top of that, no matter what examples you do decide to share, think about how you can demonstrate how you think through problems in your interview answers.
Perfect. Thank you. And then Ruth, any comments from your end?
Yeah, just to piggyback off of what Zainab said, make sure you showcase your unique thought process throughout the recruiting and the interview process. I'll repeat what individuals have shared, and we are everywhere, and we are looking for the best talent to support the roles that we are looking to fill. And so it's important that you best articulate yourself and share those unique thoughts in that early recruiting and interview process.
Wonderful. Thank you all. I understand the recruitment process better myself, and I've been doing this for a while. So thank you for your sharing. Our final question here for you is, how do you follow up? Madeline, we'll go ahead and start with you on this one.
Yes, following up, I think it's one of the things that sometimes is not in the front of our mind when doing an interview, and it's because we are preparing for that interview, and I know we get nervous, and sometimes that does not come up in terms of collecting a email from an interviewer so that you can reply and follow up to them. So my advice, if that does happen to you, is reach out to the person that you've been in contact with, the company, sometimes a recruiter, and follow up with them and express how the interview went and how excited you are about continuing through the interview process, or even just joining the company as well. I sometimes get those follow-ups and I forward them over to the interviewer. So I would highly suggest that if you guys haven't considered it.
Perfect. Thank you. Stella, same question to you.
Sure. I think follow-up goes two ways. It's not just on the candidate end, but I know we've had a lot of talk about recruiters getting back to students as well. I think something to understand about the recruiting season, especially for us, is it's a long season. It's not just 2 weeks and it's over. There's a lot of applicants, thankfully, and a lot of interest, but at the same time, it is hard for recruiters to get back to everyone, unfortunately. But we do think it's fair that, you know, if you do engage with us in the process, that's really when we need to start communicating. So when a recruiter reaches out about a resume or an interview, that's really where the conversations begin. So it's fair for both parties to respond back, either with a status update, interest, just no ghosting. We want the opposite end of that.
Wonderful. Thank you, Stella. And Ruth, how do you advise following up as part of the recruiting process?
Yeah, absolutely. Being responsive, understanding that, grace should be extended on both sides. So understanding that recruiters and other partners are on the road. And then for the recruiters, understanding that students are in classes and labs, working, involved in extracurricular activities. So it's absolutely a two-way street there. In addition to that, I would say once you get the offer, because you will get the offer, understand how to properly accept and reject. So Stella, you use the word ghosting. If you've already accepted a role, you want to let the company know that you have found an opportunity that better suits, I guess, what you're looking for. So being responsive, understanding that, grace needs to be extended on both sides, and then accept or reject the offer explicitly. That's very helpful for us. And it will be very helpful for you as you move into your professional career in responding to emails and following up. That's the first rule of thumb as you enter corporate.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ruth. And closing thoughts on this, Zainab?
Sure thing. I think the only thing to add is maybe at the early stages of wanting to connect, try to find out what the best medium is to connect. So sometimes you'll see that recruiters will give you their emails, or other times they'll tell you to reach out via LinkedIn. Whatever it is, though, try to, listen to what is best, and then also include a note that will remind them of who you are. Maybe bring up a part of the conversation that was memorable for you. Another important note to remember is that, like everyone else just said, be patient, and the connection that you made with the recruiter is very valuable. So we are appreciative of your time.
Wonderful. Thank you all for your answers to those questions. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a partner of ours and jumping onto this webinar with us. Please feel free to anyone that's listening to reach out with any questions and take advantage of the many resources that we have, both at Yellow and of WayUp. We're very excited for your journey here, and we hope to see you next time. Thank you so much.